Today, from Oklahoma City, it's the AFC Championship game on EA Sports. It's the Oklahoma City Nighthawks taking on the Los Angeles Chargers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Oklahoma City Nighthawks. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
2nd and 7.
They run the draw here with Robinson. And he stopped immediately there. Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And this will be down just on the other side of midfield.
Take over 1st and 10.
So here come the Chargers as they get set for their first drive. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnists write possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he connects with Ertz. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Austin Eckler, the ball carrier.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my man, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
A gain of 9.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Herbert operating from the red zone. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Zach Ertz.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Line of scrimmage, the 9. 2nd and about a yard. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Austin Eckler.
Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal.
8-yard line. 1st and goal, Chargers.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And the pressure gets to him again.
Herbert sacked.
Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Herbert. And that is incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that that could be a really, really frequent combination. And this one is right through. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead.
Chargers 3. Nighthawks nothing.
Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 2nd down, it's Levinson, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a 1st down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. first down. Robinson, good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle.
Tackled at the 46-yard line.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
They'll run here with Robinson. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory.
Ball carrier.
Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the run, it's Robinson. Able to fight through 1 tackle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run. Robinson, and only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
The ball carrier.
One advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On 2nd down now, it's Robinson, and he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers' 25.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. On first down, it's Robinson. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
He's taken down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels. Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now with Robinson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
So give them the first down. 1st and goal after a pickup of 4, and the decision to go for it pays off. Going to give this time to the tailback. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Jalen Ferguson.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And his guys have taken the lead. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And this is up and good to make it 7-3. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run.
Josh Lambo set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
From the gun, Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent that could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Herbert back to the air. That's into the hands of Eckler. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This one from 35 yards away. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that Lamar Hunt trophy and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the NFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Chicago Bears. So with that, let's get you right back out for the second half and the right to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, as I'm privileged to hand things back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Josh Lambo is set to kick off.
One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Going on the ground with Eckler. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
The ball carrier.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. And I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that when both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver or the guy covering him. But I think the odds actually are in favor of the offense. They can see the ball coming oftentimes before the defender can get his head around. So I think that really goes to like 70-30, and they should be able to go up and get it most of the time.
And he got it there. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and
off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Man open. That's Jaleel Scott. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a 1st down. From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Robinson. And he'll be close to a 1st down at the Chargers' 25.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd down, Robinson. He's got the first down inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. James Robinson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Lambo on for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run.
Set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Holding offense. Oh, man.
That one whistled against the big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
From the gun, Herbert. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. To throw on 3rd down, Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Josh Allen gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
On is the Chargers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They give it off here to the tight end. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
First down and 10 yards to go.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Well, no doubt here in the fourth quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop him. I like the confidence he showed.
His own 8-yard line.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points, that means this is now a 2-score game.
Yeah, and that's tough to deal with, isn't it? This little time left. Those 2 points doesn't seem like a lot, but it means everything now. Those are going to be the ones we're going to look back on. Those 2 points right there, the play of the game.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away.
That's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And the pieces have fallen into place to this point. They've got a 2-score lead in the fourth quarter. A berth to the Super Bowl resting on their ability to see this one through to the end. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. James Robinson saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Lambo to add on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
Set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And the Chargers coming out on the field now. And their backs really against the wall now. They knew how tough this would be on the road, AFC title game, and they have gotten all they could handle and then some. Setting up to throw on 1st down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time, but it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing again. Herbert. Hurts over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Austin Eckler, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They'll drop this one off to Eckler. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Herbert throwing again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
C.J. Henderson.
And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Lambo on for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Josh Lambo is set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard.
So out come the Chargers. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, They need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Operating from the gun, Herbert. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. That'll be a gain of 16. And the Chargers are going to get themselves a fresh set of downs here. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And the AFC champion has been crowned onto the Super Bowl. There cannot be a better feeling than this.
It's almost indescribable. And when we talk to players from the past, a lot of them mention getting to the Super Bowl, winning a conference championship, even before they talk about the Super Bowl itself. All that hard work to get to your goal, incredible.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.